today we're at a unique location and we're going to do a fun garden tour. Come along and let me show you where we're at. Welcome back to Horticulture Geek. Thank you so much for joining me today here on the channel. And we may look like we're in the middle of nowhere next to a river, but we are actually in Greenville, South Carolina, and we are in the city. And we're currently right now standing on the banks of the Reedy River under a highway at a very unique garden. We are currently at the Rewa Waste Management Treatment Facility and offices, and they have a water reclamation and native plant species garden right here on the banks of the river that is absolutely gorgeous, and I wanted to show it to you. So we're going to walk out and take a look at it. Now remember, we are on the banks of a river and we're under or next to a highway, so there will be some traffic noise, so bear with that. But let's move up to the head of the garden and we'll walk through the whole thing. Here we go. So here we are at the top of the garden, right next to the Rewa main building. And if we'll pan this way, we'll get a glimpse of the garden that they've put in. Now this garden is full of native plant species here to the South Carolina area, as well as some fun stuff that they have popped in for color, including some gorgeous hydrangeas. So if you are a hydrangea fan, you're going to love this garden. Let's walk and see what we can see. They've got a good use of texture in this garden, as well as the main focal point is obviously the water. So the water interweaves its way through most of the garden. Here we have a beautiful drift of Rudbeckia or black-eyed Susans. Now, if you are familiar with this plant, you know it spreads. It likes to move itself all around the garden, and it has done that here. And so there is a massive drift of this. The pollinators are all over it. It's covered with bees and bugs. Here we have a beautiful drift of ferns. I have no idea what variety of fern this is. I've been looking for a plant ID tag on it, but I haven't found one yet. But again, it's a wonderful use of texture, and I like how the texture abruptly changes from the black-eyed Susans into the ferns, but it still just looks like a beautiful drift, and I love that. Here we have our first bank of hydrangeas. I'm pretty sure these are little lime hydrangeas. I'm not 100% sure on that because there's no plant tag on these as well, but I'm fairly confident that these are little limes just because of their size, shape, and color of the blooms. The panicles are this beautiful chartreusey green that are maturing to white. You'll see a few white ones out there. Dwarf Yaupon hollies, excellent landscape bush, foundation planting, wonderful native here in the South. Very versatile plant, can withstand lots of things, and they've used it really well here to do a border around this little pathway to one of their educational signs. And here we get a good glimpse of their waterfall. Now this is a water treatment facility, and they are not trying to hide that fact. So you can see they've got the water coming out of the pipe as the source of the water fountain here. And then it flows down a natural looking creek all the way back to the river. Now here we have an eastern redbud tree. This particular tree has a little damage on it, and I apologize for the noise of the building, but still, even with damage, this is a beautiful specimen tree. The shape of the leaves, it's just really pretty. And again, it's underplanted by this wonderful hydrangea right here that I'm fairly confident is a little lime. This is a sweet Bay Magnolia. Again, another beautiful specimen tree. So this magnolia just has a wonderful habit. It's got open, airy pockets. It's just a beautiful specimen tree. So again, this was a sweet Bay Magnolia. And down here below it, we have spreading yew. Great ground cover if you're looking for a more shrubby, woody ground cover. A yew will just kind of, it has this habit right here. So it's a little bit more bushy, but still a spreading ground cover. Here we have some bee balm, some giant bee balm, and it's got a little powdery mildew on it, it looks like, but that's okay. It looks like it's been blooming its head off here. More bee balm tucked in here. And now this way over here, there's not much but this beautiful stand of hydrangeas. So we'll walk over here and look at this. Now again, these hydrangeas are not tagged, but I'm fairly confident in saying that these are probably limelights. So these are the big brother or big cousin of the little limes, but they have that same color, just the big version, and it is a beautiful, beautiful bank or drift of these hydrangeas here under this absolutely beautiful building. All right, we'll turn back this way and head back to the garden here. Now you can see right here, if you look, the bee balm has been spreading itself around. And so you can kind of see it popping up through the shrubbery, which I kind of like. It's kind of whimsical and pretty looking to have that flower popping up amongst the shrubs right there. Here we have a dry pool. That's pretty, isn't it? That's nice. This hydrangea here is just amazing. Look at this panicle here. I mean, this is my hand next to that panicle, and I'm sorry the sun might be glaring really hard, but wow, that is a huge panicle on that hydrangea. Some summer sweet or hummingbird summer sweet. And this is a native species. There's the bridge right over there where we started out. And again, we're finishing up down here with some more black-eyed Susans and some more hydrangeas. So, and you can see, I like a garden that puts some educational components in. It just makes it more charming to me. So I like that. A little history here of the Reedy River and of the Rewa business. Beautiful lawn here, nice striping. So this is the Rewa garden. All right, guys, so that was a quick tour here of the Rewa Water Reuse and Native Plant Garden in Greenville, South Carolina. I hope you've enjoyed it. There were some wonderful things here to see and some wonderful ideas that anyone could take home to their garden about using rainwater harvesting, or how to do dry creek beds, or working plants in and beautiful drifts. So I hope there was something that you saw here that inspires you, maybe something you want to try to recreate in your own garden, or maybe if you're in the Greenville area, you'll look up this hidden gem. This is not a well-known garden, but it is a beautiful garden that anyone can come to. And so when you're out doing your garden travels, always look for these hidden gems, because there's always beautiful things to see and always wonderful ideas to glean. So again, thank you so much for joining me here on Horticulture Geek. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet for some reason, hey, please do that and hit that notification bell, and it'll tell you every time we post a new video. But until next time, from the Rewa garden to yours, I wish you all the best and happy gardening.